Hey everyone, Rob from Southgate Media Group here. Before we get started with this podcast, we have a quick message. If this is your first time checking out the show, we love that you found us and we really hope you enjoy it. What we have to say is for the subscribers. If you enjoy our shows, would you please donate to help keep these going? We don't want to have to put traditional ads on these shows, but this does cost money. So we really do rely heavily on donations. To make a donation to the show, please go to our website, www.southgatemediagroup.com. Go to the page for the show, and in the upper right-hand corner is a donate button. It takes you right to PayPal, and you can donate whatever amount you want. Thanks a lot for listening, everybody. And now, on with the show.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Live at the Blue Box. Wait, I should actually start recording. So there we go. But let's get started with This Week in Geek. Alil? Hi there.
Hi.
We should introduce ourselves.
My name is Alil Kanitsa. I have a podcast called the League of Geeks podcast. That's Geeks with a Z, and I also do the Enough Said podcast about everything Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Marvel, and we go off on a lot of different tangents.
Right now it's
Rob.
Agent Carter.
Yeah, Agent Carter right now, yep.
And I'm Rob Southgate. So Southgate Media Group, Martha and I do like a lot of shows on there. So, but let's do This Week in Geek. There was a lot of geek news this week, Alil.
There was. I was kind of in a comatose for some of it, but I'm catching up.
Well, I think the biggest geek news was Alil had a series of injuries and mishaps this week.
Yes.
So
I did.
yes, so let's talk about that.
Really? Are we really talking?
You're
I'm going to have
on
to talk
League of
about
Geeks.
this tonight, too.
It's geek news. I want to hear about it.
Wait, it started when he left here last
It did start.
Yes.
I fell at the parking garage over there. Wiped out pretty big. It was fun. And then, so then I was sore on Sunday. And then on Monday, I drop off my kids at school. And then I'm rear-ended.
That's not some weird thing like dropping the kids off at the pool.
Yes.
Actually,
No, I have children, and I take
it's a
them to
family
school,
show.
yes.
So, okay.
And then I get rear-ended. So, I've been...
And that's not... oh, no, go ahead. Look, I got
I don't
him.
even know where to go with this right now. So it's been a week where I only did a few things. Watch Agent Carter because I knew I would get quizzed on it with Rob and Jack when we did Enough Said.
Quiz.
And I did of course watch Agent Carter because the first thing I think for this week was the Ant-Man trailer.
Yeah. Okay, so you were going to jump into that.
I'm jumping into
nice
Ant-Man.
Segue. That was kind of impressive. That's not like us.
No, not at all.
So Ant-Man trailer dropped this week. There was actually just a lot of Ant-Man stuff. Last week we talked about how they did the Ant-Man-sized Ant trailer.
Right, and the 18-second trailer for the trailer.
Right, the teaser trailer.
Yeah,
and now the regular trailer dropped this week. What did you think of it? I'm hyped for this movie. I do like the character Ant-Man. I do like that they're going with Scott Lang. I kind of see why Marvel would choose that way to go rather than Hank Pym, because Hank Pym in the comics has had a rough go-around. Yeah, he's a rocky character.
Yeah, and maybe he's not one that Marvel wants to say, hey, kids, go back and read Ant-Man, because you don't want to see.
How great is it that it's Michael Douglas, though? That's like
it is cool.
Really excellent casting for Hank Pym.
And I'm curious at how much, because he was in the trailer a lot. He narrated the trailer.
Right.
I'm really curious at his role in Ant-Man. I mean, we all know. I mean, he made the pin particles. It's his, it's his suit. It's everything about him. But is it going to be a bigger role for Paul Rudd in the Scott Lang story, or is it going to be more of a backstory of Michael Douglas and then kind of a 50-50 share? I hope not. I want more Paul Rudd.
Right.
I do like the Scott Lang story.
I doubt that it's going to be focused on Michael Douglas. I think it's going to be kind of like Robert Redford in Cap 2, where he was a very important role, but he was a little bit more peripheral. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that the reason you're getting all this with Michael Douglas is it brings a watch this word, a little gravitas to those. You like that?
I agree. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, you used your thesaurus tonight.
I did. Well, I fell when I was leaving here last week, and I got a little thesaurus. So, wow, you guys are really starved for entertainment, aren't you?
I'm gonna start the booing, but
That's the earliest I've had a boo here. They also had the. By the way, I did like the trailer too. Thanks for asking. I thought it was really cool. I did think that the CGI is not done. When they showed him riding on the ant, as cool as that was, I think it's going to look 100 times cooler in the movie.
I agree with that because you could tell it was a little blurry.
Yeah.
That ant scene especially.
I think they probably added that because you gotta have that in there, but I think that it might not have been in the original cut of the trailer, and they went like, hey, you know what? Let's get that in there just to get it in. Because the stuff like when he shrunk in the bathtub was really good looking.
Yeah, and it was kind of nasty because
Yeah.
his tub had some soap scum.
He needs scrubbing bubbles.
Yeah.
That's the Ant-Man. It's going to be him fighting those scrubbing bubbles.
That would be hilarious.
No, it
all of
wouldn't.
a
That
sudden
would be
you see those
terrible.
things
We're not
coming
writing
through.
for Marvel for sure.
I'm writing it.
The poster dropped this week too, which was cool. Did you see the poster?
Yes, where it's just a little dot, and then when you zoom in, it's actually Paul Rudd. I really like that. And Entertainment Weekly had the blow up on their cover.
Yep. So that was all cool. So Ant-Man, that was big news this week. Let's see. On Ain't It Cool, I saw a trailer. I don't know if you saw this. I don't know if anybody saw this. I want to see if there's any reaction to it. There's a new movie coming out with Sam Jackson and Jim Broadbent. It's called Big Game. Is this on anybody's radar? Did you see the trailer?
I didn't see the trailer.
Do you know what this is?
I've heard bits about it.
Okay. Let me just say, holy crap, it's on my radar in a huge way right now. So it's directed by Jalmari Helander. It's the same guy that directed. There's a movie from last year called from 2 years ago called Rare Exports. Yep. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Okay, it's a kid who they find a mountain in Finland that they think is where Santa is from, and as they're exploring this, Santa's not a good guy. It's not. It's like Krampus, basically, is what they run into on this mountain. It's awesome. And the kid who plays the lead is really good. It's this, I'm going to get this kid's name wrong. Ani Tomila. He's Finnish. So however they say it in Finnish. But he is also the lead in this movie. So here's what this movie is. It's kind of like Escape from New York meets The Most Dangerous Game. Sam Jackson's the president, which, of course, who wouldn't vote for him? And he crashes. He gets shot down in Finland, I'm assuming. And this kid finds him and has to try to get him out as all these guys are hunting him. And there's a great shot when you see this guy. He's like, it's the biggest game we've ever had. We're hunting the president. Right now, it's sitting at 4 stars for me. So Rotten Tomatoes, 100%. And it wasn't even on my radar until I saw this preview. So that one looks like a winner.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I have to look up that trailer. I do know that Sam Jackson. I mean, he's been in hundreds of movies. That he was playing the president in one. That's all I really heard about that one.
Okay.
So I do have to check that out.
And he doesn't have that weird lisp. Have you seen the Kingsman previews?
Yes,
He's got that
and
weird
I
lisp.
can't wait for Kingsman.
It looks great, but I'm having a hard time with that lisp. Not that it's a lisp. It's that it's so far from what I hear when I see him. I'm hoping I can get over it when I see this. Is anyone else excited for Kingsman? It's a podcast. Let's hear some noise. Chris raising hand. It's like, what is this, like kindergarten? Like, everybody be quiet. I want hand raising, no talking, no laughing. When the hand goes up, the mouth goes shut. Yeah, that table, unaware. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Well,
Kingsman, I think when I see the trailer and what I know of it, I think I would compare it more to like a kind of a younger, hipper type of Bond movie, where you got that because there's the spy agency and all that kind of stuff, and I think that's where I think that focus, especially with Matthew Vaughn doing directing it.
Yeah,
he's got that really hip sense of directing. I mean, everything he's directed, you got that kind of
it's
that
a Mark
flavor.
Millar comic,
right?
Which he's kind of one of those polarizing, you either love him or hate him. I'm not sure what I think. I like the movies based on his stuff, but I'm not sure about Mark Millar. But Matthew Vaughn doing Mark Millar. Didn't he do Kick-Ass?
He did Kick-Ass.
Yeah,
He
Kick-Ass
did,
is fantastic.
He did X-Men First Class.
Yeah, he
and-
knows what he's doing. So
yeah.
this movie's going to be great, and I'm sure I'll get over the Sam Jackson thing
Yeah.
very quickly.
I'm not too worried.
Yeah, I'm not too worried either, but I'm telling you, big game. Big win for me. Okay, Twitch. Twitch is a website. I don't know if you read Twitch. I'm a big fan of Twitch because he talks about, like, indie movies and, like, foreign movies, really, like, off-the-beaten-track type stuff. Really cool. This is not an off-the-beaten-track type thing, though, that showed up on there. The 3 lead actors in The Raid 2. Did you see The Raid?
No.
Okay, it's an Indonesian film. Fantastic. Great action. Really cool. Anyone else see The Raid? I'm the one, right? The Raid. You didn't see it. Yeah, you've seen The Ring, right.
No,
Okay.
nobody's dying in 7 days. 7 days.
Well, the 3 lead guys who are killer. I mean, these guys are really fun to watch. They are in Star Wars. That dropped this week. That they are playing. They haven't really. They don't know. We don't know what they're doing. But the idea that they're these martial artists, I think we're going to have some like ninja-y Jedi stuff going on. Pretty exciting stuff. Because it's not just like, oh, we're going to have guys fighting with swords. It's Ray Park is the only thing happening. Now you've got these 3 guys from the Raid. I think that ups the ante on the action in a really interesting way.
yeah,
I'm kind of excited for this movie. I don't know. I
mean-
just heard about it this week.
I have heard. I've heard of the first Raid.
No,
I think it's on Netflix, but the Raid 2
I
is
just
Star
heard about
Wars.
Star Wars
Yes,
first
yes,
this week.
well,
Yeah, okay.
I'm glad you finally heard about Star Wars. But no, I do like the idea. I think with JJ, with him doing everything practical, more stunts, more all that kind of stuff, I think it's just going to be a better feel to the movie than the last 3 that we've got.
Well, and I'm telling you, these 3 guys, adding these 3 guys, I'm telling you, it's going to make a very exciting segment. It's not going to be just these 3 guys make a cameo. There's going to be something. You don't hire these guys unless you intend something really cool to happen. So this is big news. And if you haven't seen Raid or Raid 2, high recommendation.
Very cool.
You got any that you want to?
I do. I'm a big, if you don't know, I'm a big Marvel geek, so most of my news tends to go that way. And Marvel is throwing darts again at Fox, and they're killing Deadpool in the comics.
Yeah.
So
I read that issue 250.
Issue 250, Deadpool dies.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Now-
I mean, who knows how long that'll last.
And Deadpool dies in every issue. So, I mean.
But the
is
fact
he
that they're
really
making a big
dead?
deal of it in issue 250, especially with the movie coming out, I really think that they're going to, they'll probably bring him back after. When the movie
Right.
comes out on DVD, then
Right.
Deadpool's alive again. But I do think it's funny that Marvel and Fox have this
Yeah, they
this
kill
hate-
Wolverine. Now they're killing
hate
Deadpool.
relationship. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
love there. It's hate relationship.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't know why though, because you would think that these 2 entities could coexist.
Yeah, and I agree with that because Fox gave up on Daredevil, and that's another thing I'll be bringing up here shortly. And I think the thing is Marvel wanted to use Galactus coming up in one of their movies, and
Okay.
they were trying to work out a deal for Galactus.
Oh, I didn't.
And there was a lot. Yeah, this was actually before Daredevil fell apart.
because Fox has handled Galactus so well.
Yes, because he's Cloud.
He's
I
just a
love
cloud.
Clouds.
It's the worst.
But I think because of that, they were trying to work out a deal before the rights to Daredevil, just fell back to them to be able to use Galactus if Marvel would help them with Daredevil and all this kind of stuff.
Sure.
And there was just some bitter negotiations, and something fell through, and then they couldn't get Daredevil up and running in time, so they just got him back for free, and they just said, "Forget it. We don't need Fox, and we're going to kill everything that Fox tries to do."
Wow.
So, I mean, you
Wow.
don't see anything. I mean, there's no toys. There's nothing for any of the X-Men movies that have come out. I mean, there's comic-based toys, but there's no, anything.
You would think that because Marvel owns the rights to the toys, right?
Well, they own the rights to the comic-based toys. They don't own. They don't own the rights
Oh.
to
Now,
the
do they-
movie-adapted figures.
So that's why we see X-Men comic-based toys. We don't really see.
Right.
Oh.
The only thing that has come out based on these movies has been from Diamond Select. They have now I forgot the line. They're kind of like a Lego type figure. I can't remember. I can't believe I'm blanking on the
Mega
line.
Bloks or one of
no,
those?
No, it's just they make these figures, and I have some at home.
Oh, Well, they're minifigs. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
they're like Kubrick or something. I can't remember.
Kubrick, yeah. That's
but they're sold at Toys R Us, like an inch and a half figures, and those are the only things that have ever come out.
Yeah.
That are based on those.
Interesting.
Those two movies.
So that's
I mean,
Marvel.
they
Marvel
do have
doing
Hot
that.
Toys. That's like the only other license that's been able to do like a Wolverine hot toy.
Right.
But everything else, Marvel kills.
Wow.
And there was even supposed to be a Diamond Select Jennifer Aniston Mystique that I saw at C2E2 last year.
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston.
Mystique.
Jennifer Lawrence.
I want to hear about the Jennifer Aniston Mystique.
I am on pain meds. I am sorry. It's hard.
Wait a minute,
to
I'm
sit
still
up
thinking
here.
about the
Yes,
Jennifer Aniston
Aniston.
Mystique.
Well, back in the '90s, Friends and
She probably would have gotten
Cyclops
the
would be
Mystique.
Ross.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I would hate Cyclops even more then. So there you go.
But no, the Jennifer Lawrence Mystique, and then she pulled the figure because they were using her likeness, but it sounded like that Marvel was going to kill it anyway. But Diamond
Wow.
Select had it up, and it was a really cool looking figure. It was really awesome, and she was all in blue, and it was like I think it was like a White House setting, so it was kind of cool. Too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We brought up Daredevil.
Yeah.
So that's a quick one, though. The Daredevil news that dropped this week, there were two things, or a couple things. There was the poster drop this week, which was cool, but it looked like the movie with Ben Affleck. Remember when he did the
Well, that was a Fire DD.
I know, and this was the same kind of thing. I saw it, and I'm like, it's similar.
Yeah.
The other thing was the director said Ben Affleck wasn't so bad. Okay.
But and did you see that they released like some concept art?
Yes, and it was awesome.
I wouldn't have mind seeing an armored up Daredevil Ben
I
Affleck
agree.
and a bullseye with like that big. It was like more like around his eye.
Yes.
Was
Yeah,
with the markings. And
I have
stuff.
a lot of feelings about that movie. We can address another time. Maybe enough said. We'll talk about Daredevil sometime because
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. And actually, the director's cut is actually good.
Oh yeah, with Coolio. Yeah.
But okay. But the Daredevil stuff that dropped this week was cool, and I'm super excited, as you know. But with that came news about Jessica Jones. Did you read this?
No.
Okay. They gave a release date for Daredevil, which is April what?
10th.
April 10th is Daredevil. Now I got to find it where it is in my notes. Which one had it? I think it was Joe Blow had it. They talked about release dates for Jessica Jones. And what came out this week was, because we've been saying for a long time, when are these coming out? What are the dates? What they originally planned, they released here, is 8 to 15 months apart for the series, which is weird. I thought they were going to be 6 months. I can see 8, but 15 months? So does that mean they're going to come out with Daredevil, and then we got to wait a year and a half for the next? And then, no, that's so something weird there. But Jessica Jones was supposed to happen, they said, in the fall. So in 2015, so that was going to be the 8-month one. So probably December.
It'll be December,
would be
yeah.
winter.
Yeah, it would be
But now they're saying it's getting pushed back to 2016. So does that mean January, or does that mean a year from now? What is it? So it's kind of interesting. But now at least we're hearing something, because before we didn't know if they were going to do one a year. We didn't know if they were going to do 4 in the first year, which would be awesome but ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think they would have done 4. I thought it would be 2 each year.
And that's what I was thinking.
Leading up
'cause
to a
with
Defenders
them casting
miniseries,
Luke Cage, they're going to use Luke Cage in
Jessica Jones. Yeah, I mean, he's going to have that cross, and then he'll probably even have that cross in Iron Fist's run as well. Because that's, they're the heroes for hire. I mean,
right.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah, if they do it right, we're going to get a Heroes for Hire thing. And then the Defenders is how they're ending it. I don't think we're going to get to Phase 2 as quickly as we were expecting, though.
Yeah, I'm wondering if because they've got rights to the Punisher and other characters like that, if that's what they're looking at.
Right.
To see, they don't want to jump the gun on a Phase 2 already. If this is working, like if Daredevil does well, I can see them then pushing the Punisher, because having
is
a Punisher
anyone excited for
Daredevil?
Daredevil?
Yeah.
Is it Ben Affleck again?
No.
Then yes.
Ben Affleck is now Batfleck. He's no
Affleck
longer
is Batman.
He's not Bat Devil anymore. Or that wouldn't be Bat Devil. Devil Fleck? What would he be? Bad. So, okay, I want to move on from Marvel. That was enough Marvel news. Josh Gad, Olaf.
Yes.
Now this is kind of a non-story, but it was everywhere. It was in Joe Blow. It was on Newsarama. It was on Ain't It Cool? I mean, everywhere. It was probably even on
the
League
League
of
of
Geeks, which is second rate. But Josh Gad is being eyed for the role of Roger Ebert, and
I thought you were going to say Roger Rabbit.
no. But when you see the picture of him next to the picture of a young Roger Ebert, it is really good. And this is really why I wanted to bring this up. Forget the fact that it's Josh Gad. Forget all that. The movie is what I got interested in. It's called Russ and Roger Go Beyond. They're making a movie about Roger Ebert and Russ Meyer. And Will Ferrell is playing Russ Meyer.
Oh, wow.
Take my money. Yes, I'm in. How great does that sound? That is going to be fantastic. Yeah, my dad's already in. He's already pre-ordered the Blu-ray, and he doesn't have a Blu-ray player.
He's like, does this fit in my Betamax?
Yo. Okay, now wait a minute. My dad didn't have Laserdisc. He had Betamax and still does. I had the two Laserdisc players. That's right. And we could actually start decorating with them because they're worthless now, but,
Unless you have the original Star Wars trilogy, because that is the last time
How many
they were
different
released.
versions of it? Because I
no,
do.
No, the original, because that was the last
have
time they
them.
were released.
I have them.
Without the special editions.
I have them.
They're worth some money.
All right. I have them.
I will not buy them, but you can go try to sell them.
Yeah, all right. Anybody with a Laserdisc player out there? Okay, if Chris didn't raise his hand, that means nobody has one in the room but me. Okay. Fargo. Did you watch Fargo?
I didn't. The TV series? No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, there's casting news this week, which is really good. Fargo 2, Season 2, is coming out, and they had some casting announcement. First of all, Kirsten Dunst was announced before. Jesse Plemons, I don't know who that is. You're going to probably fill me in on these. And Jean Smart. Now, Jean Smart, I know. She's not one that when I see her, yeah, she was on Designing Women. She's going to be on Fargo. But, okay, there's two big ones that were announced this week. Jean Smart was one of the three announced. I didn't think this was as big until I saw her, and I'm like, oh, she's going to be good. Patrick Wilson was announced, so that's going to be good. But the big one, who, if you had talked to me 2 years ago, I wouldn't have been as excited, but we started watching the show Bored to Death, and because of that show, I cannot watch anything with Ted Danson and not go, Ted Danson rules, because Ted Danson's so good on that show, and now everything he's in, I just love Ted Danson. Ted Danson on Fargo Season 2. That is a win. Jason Schwartzman, yeah, he's the lead on and Zach Galifianakis. They're on Bored to Death, and that did 3 seasons. If you haven't seen it, it's a great show. Really different, but they did 3 seasons. It got canceled, but I did read recently that the showrunner, who's only done one show, he wrote the show. The main character is named after him. Supposedly, he's optioned a movie deal for a movie based on it. Once again, take my money because I loved this show, and Ted Danson is awesome in it. Hilarious.
Jesse Plemons was in Friday Night Lights, the TV series.
Didn't watch
it. And Breaking Bad, and
I
he
did watch
was
that.
rumored to be in Star Wars Episode 7 for a
that's
long
Jesse
time.
Plemons.
Yeah.
He was the guy with the
blonde-haired
the
kid.
blonde hair
Yeah.
that's like really dangerous and a little off.
Yes. Like, sure. Yeah.
I just said it. Listen, you. He was the guy. He kills the kid on the bike. Spoiler. I'm kidding.
He played Todd.
He
Couldn't
played
remember his name.
Todd. Yes. Yes. So that's who he was in Breaking Bad. He's the one. So that's Jesse Plemons. Oh, now I'm even more excited because he was great on that. Okay, Fargo 2. I'm down with.
Awesome.
You got one more?
Yeah, I got
I got more. So,
I got something
Hi,
here. I
Brad.
don't know if anybody here cares for Back to the Future or shoes, but
I got high school
Nike
friends
is
showing up
releasing
here.
the Nike Air Mags from Back to the Future 2 with the power laces this year.
Yeah, okay. Now,
And
it's exciting for geeks, but does anybody actually want shoes that self-lace?
yes,
You do?
I do.
You do?
My co-host on the League of Geeks, he already bought the costume
Yeah, he
version.
bought the costume ones. I
And
know, I
like
heard
we
that.
got like half our audience went crazy. They were all on online. The website was crashing down at the first release of the costume variants that came out.
So this, okay.
They're all going crazy, believe me.
Okay, so I'm in the minority then. So is there anyone else excited about self-lacing shoes? You are? You are? Okay,
It's not even self-lacing shoes. These are Marty McFly's Nike Air Mags.
No, what? No, all he does is it's got just that button. Remember, he touches the button and it goes. Shh.
That's you're bending over.
Here's
yeah.
Here's why I'm not excited. I can pinpoint it. Number one, I wear Vans and Pumas. Okay, so I like a short shoe like this. Okay, I don't mind the laces, but I prefer Vans because I don't have to bend over. I can just slip them on. Okay, those are called. That's the Lazy Man collection that I have. It's going to be coming out. The Marty McFly shoes. It's cool that it does that. It's very cool it does that. I wish pants did that, but not too tight. And it's really just a hop, skip, and a jump away from pants doing it at this point. Really? So
You can just wear sweats. And you don't
Here's
have to
why I don't
lace
like
I
it.
mean, you don't have to button up anything.
think about Marty McFly's shoes. They go way up the ankle. I'm not digging on it.
Okay, I just want them long enough to press the button 50 million times till I break them.
I don't think it's going to be 50 million times. This is you. Listen, Schleprock, it's going to be like 4 times. They're broken, and yeah, no.
and $250
I do like
later.
the idea of pants that do it, though. I'm really on the pants thing now. Okay, this is movie news that I think we heard this before, but it dropped on the news this week, and I did this one specifically for Lil because he'll care. There's a movie version of Wicked coming out, and they've said it's coming out in 2016 possibly.
That's cool. Are
I
they?
did that for you because you love musicals and stuff. So
There's nothing wrong with musicals.
See,
I
there
was
you
in
go.
Musicals.
Thank
Thank you.
On the news article, it had the picture, and I was like, "Oh, Wicked, Molly will love that." And then I looked, and there was a little video, and I clicked on the video, and 10 seconds later, I went, "I know I don't like musicals. I don't like musicals."
I feel like we already saw it when we watched Once Upon a Time last season.
Yes. See,
Wicked, so I feel like
right. I'd rather read the book.
But you're not. You're
or
not.
see-
Like
I'd see a version
the
that's
play
not a
was
musical.
really, really good.
I have never really liked musicals. I was in. No, you can out me all you want.
Somebody get me a high school yearbook
I can
from
tell you the musicals.
from 1940.
Not at all. You can even grab a mic and embarrass me if you need to, but it won't happen.
Shall we talk about your Evita keychain?
I did have an Evita keychain. I'm not going to say I wasn't a dork.
Avita?
Am I embarrassed? No. Okay, so I grew up in a house where my dad didn't like any of this stuff, but my mom wished she had a girl, so she would always make me go to these things.
Mom wish she had a girl.
I
I get
like-
it now. I understand.
I liked Annie. I liked Evita. They took me to this stuff, and when you're a kid, it's amazing. By the time I got into high school, I was much less interested. Now, there's certain ones, like we'll see them, and I'll be like, yeah, that's good. But in general, I just don't. And I didn't really like them by the time high school hit. I was kind of over it. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with musicals. They just start singing at you. Wait, what?
But that's part of telling the story.
But when it's done, when it's part
Yeah.
of telling the story and it's good, then I like it. So like Bye Bye Birdie, I like. Fiddler on the Roof, I liked. I'm not seeing the new Annie. Are you seeing the new Annie?
My kids want to. I have
So that
not
means
yet.
you're seeing it. In our house, Martha's taking her. So
Well, my wife refuses to see it because the original Annie is her Annie.
it's her Annie.
It's her Annie.
So, like-
she even has like Christmas ornaments from when
David
she was a
Tennant
kid.
is my doctor. Tom Baker's my doctor. That Annie is her Annie.
Right.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'm down with it.
Is the 70s Spider-Man your Spider-Man? That guy.
You know
with
what?
the
Nicholas
feathered
Hammond.
hair?
Nicholas Hammond. Come on.
There it
you
is.
know I would know his name.
I knew you would know. You
He
have
is
it on Blu-ray.
amazing.
Yep.
Oh my God!
See?
And the fact that, well, since we're talking Geek News, Marvel this week. If anybody out there has ever heard of a Japanese 70s Spider-Man TV show, you can YouTube it. It has got the greatest theme song ever. It's basically Spider-Man was a Power Ranger,
Yes.
and he had a Power Ranger robot and everything. And Dan Slott put that robot and that Japanese Spider-Man in this last issue of Amazing Spider-Man with the Spider-Verse.
Oh, in the Spider-Verse.
And yeah,
it's in
and his robot's in there. So I just went geek crazy. And he actually favored my tweet to him because I love.
Did he?
Oh, I love Dan Slott.
Wow. I hope you mentioned Enough Said Podcast when you were doing that.
I don't.
Nope.
I don't remember
Nope.
what I mentioned.
Nope. I know where your loyalties lie.
I mentioned Japanese Spider-Man. Which
Okay,
is awesome.
off this one. Scarlett Johansson this week officially signed on to star in Ghost in the Shell. Heck yeah. Once again, 5 stars. I'm seeing the Roger Ebert Russ Meyer movie. I'm seeing Ghost in the Shell with her. I'm very excited for that.
I think
I'm
she's
surprised
perfect for
this
the
is
role.
the one that happened before the Akira live action happened. Are you? Because Akira live action, there was a lot of talk about that. Anyone else know what I'm talking about with that? Anybody? Geek Girl does. And I mean, that thing has almost launched a few times, and I'm just surprised Ghost in the Shell got greenlit first, and it's Scarlett Johansson. I think it's awesome. And I think they're going to do a great job. If you ever watch the movie, people are going to hate me for this, but it's not as great as you think. It's visually really cool, but there's a few things that get very confusing in it. And it's just not coherent in places. And I think this movie is going to fix that. It's going to make the experience of the cartoon even better.
Yeah. I can see
Nobody
that.
booed me on that one when I said I didn't love the cartoon, so that's good. Marth, I didn't get booed. Yeah, I know she's not. What do you got?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Oh, is this the...
2 episodes of season 5 are going to be debuting in theaters in IMAX.
Yes.
It's insane.
Now, okay,
That's
does anybody watch
Thumbs
Game
up.
of Thrones here? Okay. In our house, I loved it. I saw 6 episodes, and then I stopped so that she could watch it with me. That was when it originally aired in season 1. So now we're talking, we still haven't watched it. We have HBO Go. With Martha, it's a harder sell. She'll love it when we start, but it's one of those things I have to just turn it on and go, we're watching this, which is what happened last night with Tusk. Anyone see Tusk?
Was it good?
Was it good? I'm going to say yes.
All right, well, let's give the pause.
As far as we know, the first movie that came from a podcast.
Yes, it's a podcast movie.
Well, of course, it's Kevin Smith. That's,
It's, you know what? I can't say it's fantastic, but I can say I was surprisingly entertained.
Okay.
But I'm not recommending it. I'll recommend it to you. And
All
that's
right.
about
Well,
it.
I plan on seeing it. I just didn't get around to it.
I'm not. Yeah. Well, so Game of Thrones. So we haven't watched it, but I'm thinking we might have to binge this thing because it's in April 12th. That's when it returns. But
Yeah,
it's
no,
like-
it comes out January 23rd.
Yeah, I think we might have to binge it so that we can go see in IMAX because that sounds awesome. Yeah.
Guess who's going to be in an episode of Game of Thrones?
Are you going to be in an episode of Game of Thrones?
Myself and Samuel L. Jackson.
Really? Does he have a lisp in it? Yeah.
He is wearing an eye patch.
He's wearing an eye patch? Is
Nick,
he really?
Nick Fury goes, no. I don't
Oh,
know.
God. You just got me so
It's
excited.
like Nick Fury is. Pops up.
Oh, could you imagine he has an eye patch and he has a wallet that says Bad Mother on it? That would be just great. Okay, what else do we have here? We got your Wicked thing in there. We got, let's see, Daredevil. This was a dumb one. This is a non-story. There was a lot of news this week, but a lot of it was non-stories. Robin Lord Taylor weighed in about the whole Joker theory. Have you heard the Joker theory?
Oh, about that they're going to turn the character, the Penguin character, on Gotham into the Joker.
Right.
That's just
It's
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I can't believe that even has legs and people are writing about it. Lauren, you didn't write about that, did you? No, you don't believe that at all, do you? So yeah, and it was a non-story, but it's one of those things where I think that they wanted to put him in the news because it's on hiatus right now in between.
Yeah.
And also, they want him to just say, "Look, I'm the Penguin. Just be done with this. It's stupid."
Well,
It's stupid.
I do understand why, just because the character, the build and the type, he doesn't fit what we know of the Penguin.
Not everybody is Danny DeVito shaped when
Well,
they're
I
20
understand
years
that,
old.
but
When you were 20, you did not look like this.
no, I do when I'm 35, but I could be the Penguin.
You could be.
Cast me, Fox.
You know
I'll
what?
be the-
That'd be awesome.
But
You'd
no,
make a great Penguin.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, what else do we have? I saw another trailer that was awesome. I got another one on my radar. This movie, they've been talking about it for a while, and I have never watched a trailer for it until today. This might be my number one of all the things I'm like, oh, God, take my money. Chappie,
Yep.
did you watch that trailer?
Oh yeah. We've.
So this
it's on our list of movies to review opening weekend.
It's a new one from Neil Blomkamp, and Neil Blomkamp did District 9,
Yes.
and I got it wrong. Last time I said District 8.
Yes. Yeah. I was waiting for that.
I got it right. Notice I hesitated and casually walked through
I
it.
gave him the head
Yes.
nod. Good job.
Which is just a great movie. This looks like it's from that same universe, sort of. Like it's just how he films and how he does his thing. But my gosh, this Chappie movie looks incredible. It looked kind of like his version of Short Circuit, because Chappie is alive. It looked great.
It is Short Circuit.
Oh,
I mean,
but
it's a remake. I mean,
But
which
it's
is
Short
fine.
Circuit awesomeness.
I still love Short Circuit. I mean,
Right, I
Johnny
know.
Five.
You've got the Blu-ray, and
I do have the Blu-ray.
I knew it. Do you like the sequel to that one?
I own it on DVD, so no, not as much.
Okay. I didn't make it through the sequel. It was on cable when we were, in high school, and I thought I was going to really like it because I loved the first one, and the second one just,
No,
like the
it fell
magic
short.
was gone.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of like Gremlins 2. I hear people saying they like Gremlins 2, and it doesn't.
But Gremlins
Connect
2,
for me.
Gremlins 2 is a completely different movie. Even the director said that. I mean,
Well, right.
he made that movie basically a spoof of the original on purpose.
Right, and it's terrible.
I mean,
It's terrible.
It depends on how you look at it.
It's terrible. When the Gremlin thing does the leg warmers and does the dance.
Yeah, you didn't like the
Nope.
the
It
female
turns into a
gremlin.
musical. It's like watching Evita again. I'm just not into it. What else didn't we hit here? I had an Evita keychain. It was gold, and yes, no. You know what? It matters not. I'm an open book. Here's one for Martha, and some of the ladies in the room are going to be excited about this, and I bet a lil. Adventures in Babysitting is getting a remake.
I'm not excited about that. That is ridiculous. Why remake that?
Because it's perfect. I love the first one too, but this is a Disney
Only if she's
Channel.
back in it, yes.
It's a Disney Channel remake. Yep. See. You know what? You could. That's when you. It's Elizabeth Shue.
I thought we were going to talk about Magic Mike
Even
too,
better,
but he's
it's
talking
high
about
school
Adventures in
Elizabeth
Babysitting.
Shue, which I understand. Lo entiendo. I understand. Yeah. So yeah, I love the first one, and it's got Thor in it. I mean, come on, the little girl saying she's Thor is awesome. But I am not down with a remake on the Disney Channel. I am not.
I don't want to see it.
Okay.
I don't plan
I
on
thought for
seeing
sure you would.
it. No.
I would have bet money you'd be into it. Is that it? I think we've hit everything, or at least close enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Vincent D'Onofrio plays Thor in that.
That's right. He's the mechanic.
And now he's
I
the
forgot.
Kingpin. Oh my god.
Oh, it's all coming full
So many
circle.
connections. Where's
Where's
Charlie?
I got the last one. I got two more as we close out on this one. I got three more fast. The rumor about Batman versus Superman being split into two movies. Has anybody seen this?
Garbage. It's not real.
Okay, here's why I say it might not be garbage. You're saying it's garbage.
Garbage.
Here's why I say it might not be. I have a source. I cannot divulge who did not respond to my question about it. Who responds to my questions immediately? Why have they gone silent if that's not something that they're considering? Doesn't mean it's happening. I think that this is something being considered. And I think it's a bad sign if it's actually being considered. You hear that? They're coming to take you away.
Exactly. This movie already to me feels like a train wreck anyway. So,
Yeah.
Batman versus Superman. I go ahead. You know what?
Okay.
Split it because they know it's going to be a failure, and let's get $1 billion in each because it's Batman Superman, so people are going to go see it.
Not if the
even
first
if
one
it's bad.
stinks.
Well,
Okay.
people saw The Matrix even after the second one stunk. People went to see the third.
Okay, I've got two more. Batman is now hunting King Kong on Kong Skull Island. Michael Keaton has been cast in that Kong Skull Island movie. Tom Hiddleston, J.K. Simmons, Michael Keaton. Suddenly, I'm in. I want him to be Batman in it, though. That's why I like
He's
that
not
one.
gonna be-
How awesome would that be
He
if
just
he
walks
was
around
Batman?
in a cape and a cowl.
Oh, my gosh. Batman hunting King Kong? Come on. It does, doesn't it? And we all know that is my Batman, right? That's right. That's right.
The only one that matters.
Okay, last one for me. I don't know if you have one more, but last one for me. And this one is another one important to me. A serial killer has joined the cast of Pete's Dragon. So they're remaking Pete's Dragon. It's got Robert Redford, Bryce Dallas Howard, Wes Bentley, and Michael C. Hall. Dexter is in Pete's Dragon. Do you think he's going to skin Pete's Dragon? Do you think
that
Pete's
didn't
Dragon
sound right.
is going to end up in a kill room?
That just didn't sound right.
Yeah, I want it to go dark. You know it's not. He's
It's
going
not
to probably
gonna-
be the voice of Pete.
Probably.
But I want him to put him in the kill room.
Can't they make a new movie? I mean,
Yeah, they're making a new Pete's Dragon. It says
yeah,
it right here.
I'm just saying, like, a new story, something new. I've already seen Pete's Dragon. I don't want to see it again.
Okay.
I'm
know.
not that excited.
You're a Mickey Rooney hater. I know.
I don't hate Mickey
stumble.
Rooney. I don't hate Mickey Rooney. Kind
Yeah,
of.
I hear he's in The Wicked. He's in The Wicked. Did Mickey Rooney die? Didn't he die recently? Wow.
Why are you talking bad about
I don't know.
people who just
I
passed?
just noticed things are going dark there
God.
for a second. We're going to get off of that. So is that it? Are we done?
I think we're done.
All right, everybody. That was it for This Week in Geek. Thanks for listening, everybody. And you can find our past episodes at our website, www.southgatemediagroup.com. Specifically for this, you find it at the page Live at the Blue Box. And once again, thank you, Blue Box. Best sandwiches, best coffee in town. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.